All right, in this video, we're going to go over what I believe is the best HVAC CRM for your business, and I want to help you find a good fit for a CRM to use in your HVAC business. So, the top three CRMs that are HVAC focused and softwares that are really built for HVAC businesses are these three. You probably heard of ServiceTitan, Housecall Pro, and Jobber, and you've maybe even gotten a call with all three of these, and you're trying to outweigh the benefits, cons, the prices, and figure out what's the best fit for you. So, I obviously run a HVAC marketing agency with multiple clients who use all of these softwares. So my company has worked with every single one of these softwares, and we've had to set up integrations with every single software as well. So not only do I know what it looks like from a user side, as I know how intuitive it is to set up the software with all the other tools that an HVAC business might need, right? If you're running online advertisements on Google, Facebook, or anywhere else, you obviously want those leads to seamlessly flow into your CRM, right? That's the whole point, is to have all your information collected in one place. So your payment and all that, dispatch, scheduling. So I've seen, whirlwind of, different usage, opportunities that are within the software. And I want to help you, choose from a insider's perspective on what I think is best for your business. So first, I want to go over ServiceTitan, right? So ServiceTitan is, going to be, right, one concern for your business is definitely going to be how affordable is the software? What am I going to be paying, right? And then number two is how easy is it for us to learn, right? Like, have you used any, CRMs in the past, right? And how easy is it, not just for you as a business owner to learn the software, how easy is it for your team? Right. So not only do you have to understand what's going on, the rest of your team, your customer service representatives, everyone who joins your company, they need to understand and be able to onboard the software. So how difficult is it to use, right? To learn. And number three is, does it have everything that we need? Does it have all the features that we are looking for, right? So number one is ServiceTitan. ServiceTitan is for, I believe, companies who are doing, at least $1 million per month. You're doing lots of commercial and residential projects, right? You need a centralized platform to handle all your scheduling, your dispatch, and you need to be able to see all your data. You want in-depth analytics and reporting to see, hey, how much money am I generating this day? How much money are we generating per month, right? So ServiceTitan is really the all-in-one platform with the most amount of features. It has the most in-depth analytics and reporting that I've seen out of any HVAC CRM. So if you're a company that is doing $1 million per month, doing ServiceTitan is no brainer, right? And you likely probably already used a CRM before, but if you're a company who is doing lots of transactions, want in-depth analytics, and you're looking for a software to use, yeah, ServiceTitan is more expensive, but you got to think about your software switching costs, right? If you go something with more affordable, that is cheaper than ServiceTitan, and you use Housecall and you realize it doesn't have enough features that you need, and then you switch to Housecall Pro, then your entire team has to switch over to ServiceTitan. So if you're a company that is doing $1 million per month, you really need a software that can help you handling the scheduling and dispatch, and you want to see the numbers really in depth and customize ways to see the numbers. ServiceTitan is the way to go. Yeah, there's lots of things to kind of look at and learn, but this just happens one time, right? The only thing that our team, the only gripe that we have with ServiceTitan is, okay, obviously it's a little bit hard to navigate, but integrations are a little bit more difficult. So if I want to, set automations to send Facebook and Google leads into ServiceTitan, it takes like 1 to 3 days for me to get a hold of ServiceTitan and allow me to actually do that. I actually had to get permission from ServiceTitan to do those integrations, which, with Housecall Pro and Jobber, I was able to do that instantly without having to, talk to someone, email support, that kind of deal. So, in the sense that, you can still do it, but ServiceTitan, I think they have some concerns about security and privacy, so that's where they have that in place. So next we're going to move into is Housecall Pro. So Housecall Pro is actually, I would say, pretty common around small, medium-sized HVAC businesses. All the integrations are very simple. Like I said, Housecall Pro has payment processing, right? So if you want to handle all your payment processing without having to use, another, third party, another company to handle payment processing, like your financing or, some of your credit card and other payments, Housecall Pro has it all, right? So they also have customer tools where they can book times and book it directly to the calendar. And it's definitely pretty affordable, pretty similar price point as as Jobber, right? So really, if you're a small medium sized company that is just starting out, looking for your first CRM, then you're two guys starting a business. You have a couple sales guys or one sales guy, a couple technicians. Your team's less than 10 people, 20 or less. You're not doing scale up jobs to where you really need really in-depth analytics and you don't need a too complicated of a scheduling and dispatch, then Housecall Pro will be a great fit for you. Another one is Jobber. Jobber has also very simple integrations, very simple automations, right? So you can remind customers of their quote automatically through text and email. And what I like about Jobber is that the mobile app is pretty intuitive to use and has one of the best mobile apps that I've seen out there, and is also very, very affordable. So really what it comes down to is, like, are you a business that needs a lot of features? Are you doing lots of transactions? Are you wanting to look at numbers? If that's you, ServiceTitan. If you're a company that's just starting out, going for your first CRM, look into Housecall Pro and Jobber. And then at the end of the day, it's just which one do you prefer, right? What do you need and which one do you prefer? So I'm going to quickly go over and glance into some of my clients' accounts, and of course, I'm going to blur out some pertinent information. But let's take a look at kind of a quick overview of the software. So the first one we're going to look at is ServiceTitan. Immediately when you go in, you can see some data of you're able to see total you're able to see total revenue. The one thing that you come in to see is data. Right, like company metrics, closed sale value. This company doesn't really have this set up right now, or maybe it's not active, something's going on. But you can look at the trend per month, right? How much money you're doing per month. So this company is doing between 1 to 3 million per month, and you can see kind of the trend in data. You can see the calls. This is kind of like daily what's going on, like what are the leads that are coming in, the bookings, what that data looks like, different chats with different customers. Here you're able to look at the schedule, what's going on, dispatch. You're able to look at, some accounting as well, purchasing, some follow-ups, some reports. They can custom create some marketing announcements, some messaging that you can get scheduled, see what's going on, the revenue, some analytics, and price book. Just put in some SOPs on and itemize things of inventory so you can keep track of everything. So all in all, ServiceTitan really has it all. You have anything from analytics to inventory, right? Price book, to accounting, dispatch, scheduling, everything's right then and here. So now let's take a look at Housecall Pro. So immediately when you come in, it's going to take you to the schedule. So you're going to look at your schedule. You can also look at a customer database. So here we can zap in customers from other data sources, setting up automations. You can handle payroll as well within the company. Right now it's restricted because I don't have that access to that. But you can also, some features I don't have for this client in particular, but you can take a look at, the inbox of, employees, what's going on between everyone. So obviously here you can tell that Housecall Pro is a lot more simplified. And obviously I'm just going through a brief overview, but it's a lot more simplified, and the user interface is completely different from ServiceTitan, right? It's a lot more simplistic, where ServiceTitan is really in your face, like, hey, here's like everything, And now let's take a look at Jobber. What I like about Jobber is I like how the homepage, you can kind of see everything, and it's pretty easy to navigate, right? You can look at, hey, this is what's going on like right now, right? This is what's approved. These are the jobs that are on the table. These are today's appointments. Everything is, right then and there. You can now take a look at the schedule. So you now look at your schedule, what's going on throughout the week. The next thing is you look at the clients that you have, any requests that are going out with customers, and then you look at what are the quotes that we have on the table, right? And then here, my team or anyone can come in and say, hey, this is the status of this customer. Did we close this one? What do they say? Do we got to send them a quote again, right? So, Jobber is very easy to use, very intuitive. So at the end of the day, it's, what can you afford, and what are the features that you need, right? So I hope this video helps in helping you choose a CRM for your HVAC business. Of course, our team, my company personally, we use a software called Go High Level. So it's a custom-made CRM that we provide for our clients. If you want something custom-made, if you want integrations beyond what they have here at these companies, we'd love to help. We'd love to help with your marketing and advertising for your HVAC or home service business as well. So definitely contact us, and we'd love to help.